Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the 2017-2018 Jupiter in Scorpio transit part 2 of 3. In this segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit's possible impact on the zodiac signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And yes, it does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Well, anyway, people, the first sign, Aries, well, the 8th house, of course, is what is going to be emphasized and highlighted for Aries during this transit. So at this, during this time, well, there could be much exuberance and enthusiasm in 8th house matters, including sex, of course, transformation, regeneration. The transformation may be done with a lot of the Scorpio-like inner fortitude and emotional intensity and a lot of fixity in purpose. This could be a time where you might have some luck and fortune by digging deep into matters pertaining to inheritances and wills and trying to seek, you might be also trying to seek a lot of power and control over these issues as well. So, and with a lot of this exuberance. So anyway, well, as far as Taurus goes, well, the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Taurus at this time. So, well, this can be some luck and fortune and matters connected with relationships. It could be partnership situations. However, keep in mind that Jupiter, of course, is paradoxical, and this could also enlarge and expand issues, perhaps with surreptitious behavior from people that might be in a business partnership situation, and also even a significant other, somebody somebody you're involved with in an important relationship. And also, it can be some luck connected, perhaps with legal matters by digging deep, by showing this Scorpio, I guess you could say, like resourcefulness. And also when you look at this, I mean, this could also be a time where there might be a little bit of an expansion and maybe connected with documents and legal matters. It might mean Jupiter sometimes can enlarge. You could create maybe an overabundance of these issues. So it's something to look at as far as this transit goes. So anyway, well, as far as Gemini goes, well, the 6th house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Gemini. So this could indicate perhaps a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in work-related matters. It could be some luck and fortune connected with transformation of health. And it could be maybe by making a major change to one's routine. This could be also good, especially if you're doing it could be good for Scorpio type work. It could be very fortuitous for that, such as locksmiths, surgeons, people in psychology, psychiatry, astrology, and occult supernatural work, forensics, anything that could be Scorpio related. This could be very positive for, but keep in mind, of course, especially if you have like the ascendant, if this is making at the time when this makes an inconjunct to Gemini rising, if this makes an inconjunct to your ascendant in that scenario, then you could be looking at health issues, and it could be something pertaining to something Scorpio-like, such as the pelvic area or the groin. So those are some things to look at. So anyway, now, as far as Cancer goes, well, the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for the zodiac sign Cancer at this time. Now, for Cancer, well, this could be a very lucky period and fortuitous period as far as romance goes. It could be also for gambling and speculation, perhaps, but it could also be putting a lot of emphasis on this. It doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be luck connected with it, but this could give maybe an overabundance of maybe interest in this area, and it might be connected maybe by researching, maybe for example, stocks that are deeply as far as speculation goes, and if you're doing something legally as far as sports gambling goes, it could be by looking deep, say, into the statistical data for teams. I mean, because Scorpio doesn't really, energy is nothing superficial about it. It could be very deep. So could really be about, I mean, also, this could also be a very good period as far as children go and matters connected with them as well. And also a time for showing a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in maybe matters connected with your hobbies. And this could be, I mean, it could be something Scorpio-like, such as astrology, the occult, supernatural, mysteries. It could be just doing, maybe even watching horror movies. It could be a time where you really show a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in those things. So anyway, also keep in mind too, as I stated before, that Jupiter can be paradoxical. Could also, and for Cancer, it could also expand issues that might be crisis related, connected with love and romantic matters, and with children if applicable. So anyway, going to Leo. Well, the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo at this time. And this could be a time for Leo where you might, this could be a very fortuitous period as far as the family goes and the home. It could be through Scorpio-like transformation and renovation. It could be like a rebirth of a home, such as maybe a home that maybe is falling apart, it's dilapidated, and putting it back together, restoring it, doing things, I mean, matters with the home. And it could be by also looking deep into homes that you may buy even and then sell at a higher price later on. No matter how you look at it, it could be very beneficial and advantageous for the home, and also with the family as well at this time. And it could be by getting to the bottom. You might have some luck and create your own luck and fortune, especially, I mean, when generating your own luck is often about when Jupiter is retrograde. So especially during the retrograde period, I think one can generate their own luck by perhaps digging deep into their roots and into their traditions, and it could be finding out things about their roots that they did not really, that maybe that Leo was not cognizant of previously. Now, last but not least, for part two, as far as Virgo goes, well, the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Virgo. So this could be a time where one may enlarge and expand communications. It might be very deep ones, non-superficial communications. And it could be also dealings, it could be good for interaction, perhaps with neighbors and with siblings if applicable. Could be good for I mean, Scorpio energy is enamored with solving mysteries and crime, and this could be a good transit perhaps for Virgo in terms of maybe getting involved, figuring prominently, say, in a neighborhood watch community, and and maybe helping diminish crime in that area and in wherever they live, no matter how peaceful it might be. I mean, wherever you are, there's always that chance for some crime. And the thing about it is too, that keep in mind that Scorpio energy, I mean, Jupiter can expand. It is paradoxical, as I stated before. It's mainly benign and benevolent, but it can have the propensity to expand as well. And it could also mean there could be a danger, and especially we're talking about, for this sign Virgo, and we're talking the third house in Scorpio, danger of perhaps maybe overanalyzing and looking too deep into third house matters, such as communication, looking for maybe subterfuges that don't exist, for example, or maybe for snaky behavior connected with siblings or neighbors if applicable. But at the same time, it could enlarge those issues, and those issues could be a reality as well for Virgo. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for part two of the Jupiter in Scorpio 2017-2018 transit. Stay tuned next time, where I will be giving you my take for part three of the 2017-2018 Jupiter in Scorpio transit. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.